feature presentation.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special micro episode of the Untitled Movie Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Matt Rohrbeck, alongside not today, Eric Marchin, but a very special guest. You may know him as one of the co-creators of the comedy troupe The Whitest Kids You Know. You might know him as the co-director of a movie called Miss March that he did a while ago. He has a new film, Barbarian, that is now playing in cinemas. Today, I am joined with director Zach Cregger. I did a wonderful little interview with him a couple weeks back. We are in the middle of TIFF right now, so I'm shooting this little intro to lead into it. But I had a wonderful little conversation with him for a movie that is absolutely wild. You guys should go check out Eric and I's review, which should be up right now on Untitled Movie Reviews. So go check that out. But Zach's a great guy. Had a great conversation with him about a movie that just go in not knowing anything. Maybe don't even listen to this or watch this until you've seen the movie. Go check out the movie, come back. It's only a 5-minute conversation or so with Zach, but we talk about some interesting things. There are no spoilers, so if you just want to listen to it, that's cool too. But check out this interview I did with Zach Cregger, and catch you guys on the next one. Yeah, thanks so much for doing this, man. And first off, congrats on being an absolute maniac. For one, the movie is very, very wild. I absolutely loved it. So
Oh, thank you.
congrats on that.
Thank you.
Firstly, recently we've seen a lot of comedians or people kind of known for their comedy background kind of tackle horror movies such as like Jordan Peele, Chris Rock, Danny McBride, Alana Glazer, and now yourself. So I was wondering, there's also directors known for comedy in their horror like Sam Raimi and Wes Craven. So I just wanted to know, like, why did you want to kind of try your hand in the horror genre? And in your opinion, why do you think comedians like lend themselves so well to that genre?
I'm just a horror fan, and I always have been. So that was easy for me to throw my hat in the ring.
Nice.
But I do think that like the anatomy of a scare and the anatomy of a laugh are almost identical. They're both about timing and atmosphere and tone. And, they're both about zigging when the audience expects you to zag. And so
Yeah.
I think that, in a way, I've been building this muscle for a really long time.
Awesome, man. The film has some like really great yell at the screen moments. That being said, there's kind of like a balancing act between like needing your characters to make kind of bad decisions to kind of ensure that a horror movie kind of plays out, and then doing something that sometimes is like completely unbelievable to the audience. So, and in the film, you have kind of two different characters that are making similar decisions, but for completely different reasons, which was an
Right.
interesting juxtaposition. I think, how do you ensure that you have those great, like, oh God, don't do that moments for the audience as they're yelling at the screen without them kind of rolling their eyes and go, no one would ever do that in like a horror movie?
It's
I
a
think you do it
really,
really well.
it's a really delicate balance. I think that is actually one of the hardest challenges of this movie. And what a cliche, don't go in the basement. We've all yelled it, we've all thought it, and she's going in and for my money, the scariest basement I could imagine. But I have to earn it. And so I spend a lot of time in the first act earning that. I build a connection with her and him, and I map out why the police aren't going to come and why she can't just walk out of this house. And so she has a motivation to go down and do what she does. So whether I pulled it off or not is up to the audience to decide, but it was something I thought about a lot.
Cool, man. Yeah, I think you do pull it off very, very
Thank
well, because there are multiple moments where you'll notice what you're doing with a door shutting and leaving an item in the wrong room or something like that. That are those kind of things, especially in like modern horror, that are hard to do when everyone has cell phones and can call anyone at one time. Like, I think it was fantastic. Great job. I think this movie also, and what I've been seeing other people say, is that it's going to be best seen knowing very little about it and with a packed audience, which I totally agree with. And the marketing does a great job not giving too much away, and you have some like wonderful red herrings in there. So I was wondering, did you work with the studio on the marketing for that? And was that something that was like important to you to be like, I kind of want people to think the movie is this one thing, but then it's this completely other thing? And I don't want to give anything away because because I do
Sure,
think
sure.
that people should.
It is fair to say that the movie that is advertised is very different than the movie that you're going to experience when you go to the theater. And that's not to say you're going to be disappointed. It's tonally correct, but it's just that's the tip of the iceberg. And it was important to me that the trailer not give anything away. And I was worried. I was really nervous that, you know, the studio wouldn't be on the same page, but they were. You know, the first trailer they showed me didn't give anything away. And then, you know, they were very open to input from me, but quite frankly, they did such a great job. They cut that trailer. I really had very little to do with it, because the trailer I would have cut wouldn't have been nearly as good. So, I mean, I was just thrilled. I was in good hands, man.
That's awesome. Well, the movie's fantastic. Everyone should go check it out. And please, if you're even watching this, don't see anything else. Just go in blind. It's a wild ride. Zach, thank you so much for doing this, man.
Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Cheers.